Olivia Newton-John, the beloved star of Grease and countless hit songs, always seemed to have a life straight out of a fairy tale. But behind her dazzling smile and bubbly personality, there were secrets that even her closest fans never knew. Her husband, John Easterling, has finally opened up about what Olivia was hiding all those years. His revelations add a surprising twist to the story of a woman who seemed to have it all. Newton-John's life was filled with moments of joy and heartbreak, triumphs and challenges. While she inspired millions with her music and movies, she also faced personal struggles that were kept out of the public eye. John Easterling's candid confessions reveal a side of Olivia that few ever saw, a side that is both heartwarming and heartbreaking. The truth behind Olivia Newton-John's life is more complex and touching than any movie script. Olivia Newton-John, born on September 26, 1948, in Cambridge, England, had her roots in Melbourne, Australia. You probably know her best as the wholesome Sandy from the iconic movie musical Grease, but her journey to fame began long before that. Starting off as a singer in her teenage years, Olivia ventured to England in the mid-1960s, where she dazzled audiences in clubs and on television. But it was her third solo album, Let Me Be There, 1973, that truly catapulted her to stardom in the United States. The title track not only earned her widespread acclaim, but also clinched a Grammy Award for Best Country Female Vocal Performance. Riding on this success, Olivia continued to soar, with more awards and hit albums under her belt. Tracks like Have You Never Been Mellow and I Honestly Love You not only dominated the country charts, but also secured her the coveted 1974 Grammy for Record of the Year. Let's talk about the romantic side of Olivia's life, shall we? While her hubby, John Easterling, has been her rock for the past 14 years, Olivia's love life before him wasn't exactly smooth sailing. She had not one but two significant relationships that left their mark on her journey. Olivia Newton-John was just 31 when she crossed paths with 20-year-old dancer Matt Lattanzi on the set of the 1980 musical film Xanadu. The beginnings of their relationship remain shrouded in mystery. But one thing's for sure, sparks flew and they hit it off from the start. Fast forward to 1984, and the lovebirds tied the knot. 2 years later, they welcomed their bundle of joy, Chloe Rose. But in 1992, their world was rocked by Olivia's first breast cancer diagnosis. Chloe expressed her frustration, saying, "I was mad because if someone didn't deserve to go through cancer, it's my mom." Determined to fight, Olivia braved through treatment with Matt by her side, earning praise from her family for being so supportive throughout. Sadly, 3 years later, cracks began to show, and the couple announced their divorce. Friends revealed that differences in personal beliefs played a significant role, especially after Olivia sought solace in more spiritual circles following her diagnosis. However, the plot thickened when it came to light that Matt had been having a secret affair with their babysitter, Cindy Jessup, during Olivia's battle with cancer. When Olivia confronted them, things took a dramatic turn, resulting in Matt moving out and eventually divorcing her. He later married Cindy in 1997. Despite the upheaval, Olivia and Matt remained amicable for the sake of their daughter, Chloe. Olivia never blamed the affair for the end of their marriage, attributing it instead to her cancer battle hastening the inevitable. In Olivia's own words, "I think our marriage would have eventually come to an end, but it happened sooner because of the cancer, which was a good thing. It was very painful, but we were never at odds with each other." After her divorce, Olivia found solace in the arms of cameraman Patrick McDermott. Their relationship had its ups and downs over the next 9 years, but they preferred to keep their romance under wraps, away from the prying eyes of the public. But in 2005, everything changed when Patrick mysteriously vanished during a fishing trip. Although Olivia and Patrick had parted ways the year before, his sudden disappearance garnered significant attention due to their previous relationship. The circumstances surrounding Patrick's vanishing act were baffling. When the boat returned from San Clemente Island, Patrick was nowhere to be found, despite his belongings still being on board, neatly arranged as if he had never left. It was 10 days later when his ex-wife, actress Yvette Nipar, raised the alarm after he failed to show up for a scheduled visit with his son. The U.S. Coast Guard concluded that Patrick most likely drowned after accidentally falling overboard, although there were no witnesses to confirm this theory. However, some speculated that Patrick may have staged his own death to escape his mounting financial woes, including significant debt and unpaid child support. 4 years after his disappearance, Olivia admitted that she still grappled with the trauma of losing Patrick. The discovery of photos resembling him reignited speculation about his fate, with a private detective claiming a 90% match. When asked about Patrick's possible deception, Olivia expressed her grief, saying, "He was lost at sea, and nobody really knows what happened. It's human to wonder, but you have to accept and let go." A source later revealed that Olivia had allegedly hired private investigators to help search for Patrick, and during that time also bonded with his ex-wife over his disappearance. The source shared, "She came to learn Patrick staged his disappearance, but she never went looking for him. As she pieced it all together, she uncovered why he decided to just pack up and leave." In the meantime, Olivia also moved on with her life and put the loss of her former lover behind her. The actress and John Easterling had been friends for almost 20 years after meeting at an environmental show around the 80s. However, a surprising incident occurred in 2006 that turned their friendship into a blossoming romance. Easterling got into a car accident while driving to the airport, which resulted in him fracturing his lower spine. John refused to stay at the hospital and instead called his friend Olivia and asked if he could recover at her guest house. John shared, "I could barely move, so I stayed on Olivia's couch until I could travel again," he said. It was from there that the first blooms of romance began to spark, as they got to know each other even better. However, Easterling admitted to her that he'd never seen her perform or even watched Grease. So, about a year later, Easterling finally made it to one of Olivia's performances in Miami. He described the moment he saw her on stage. "The lights went down, and I heard this Peruvian music, and she stepped out and sang 'Pearls on a Chain,' and that's when I recognized who she was. I thought, she's a healer, and this is her medium of healing." John then suggested that Olivia take a trip with him to the Amazon to meet other healers who work there. Newton-John immediately agreed to take the trip with him, and it was at that moment that he knew she was the one. The South American voyage created the perfect chance for the pair to bond over their love for the jungle and the healing powers of nature. Newton-John and the entrepreneur found a mutual bond in their appreciation of wellness culture and alternative healing methods. Easterling explained, "We'd see each other every year at functions, and the more I got to know her, I thought, oh, she's a really nice person. She really does care about people and animals and the rainforest." The couple went on to get married in 2008 in a private Peruvian ceremony. Newton-John later revealed in an interview, "It was just a special sacred site that we went to. We walked there, it was a beautiful day, and it was just something we wanted to do." She also gushed over her new husband during the interview, describing herself as very lucky. Olivia explained, "I have a wonderful, beautiful husband who is just so loving and fantastic." She added, "I always tell my friends, you're never too old to find love. I found the love of my life at 59 going on 60. I'm grateful." It was the ultimate fairy tale ending and marked a bright new chapter following a challenging period in Newton-John's personal life. Sadly, just 5 years later, Olivia's cancer returned, and after going into remission for a while, it came back once again in 2017. John and Olivia decided to approach her diagnosis with holistic medicine, and he even helped her manage her cancer symptoms with medicinal marijuana he grew himself. As the years passed, the actress continued to fight her battle against cancer, and John was by her side every step of the way. Tragically, on the 8th of August 2022, with John at her bedside, Olivia passed away in her home at the age of 73. John announced the heartbreaking news of his wife's passing on Facebook, sharing, "Dame Olivia Newton-John passed away peacefully at her ranch in Southern California this morning, surrounded by family and friends." He also wrote a message celebrating Olivia's life and the special love that they shared. John added, "Olivia has been a symbol of triumphs and hope for over 30 years, sharing her journey with breast cancer. Her healing inspiration and pioneering experience with plant medicine continues with the Olivia Newton-John Foundation Fund, dedicated to researching plant medicine and cancer." There's no doubt that the late Olivia Newton-John made an impact not only in Hollywood, but also in the approach to holistic medicine.